And we are running in race 2. The lights are out, and what a launch again by the Volvo. But Lawson Aschenbach, Cal, had that covered. Look at that Skeen.
Skeen, who had the problem yesterday with the differential, maybe a similar issue today at the starting line. So the Volvos look strong once again, but Aschenbach, the perfect start. Volvos run 2 and 3.
Unbelievable. And Skeen, a lot of cars getting bottled up behind him. And there was another car there as well, but Aschenbach makes good those first few corners. And the Volvos, they like to launch, get to the lead, and then lead away. And this is often known as a good Porsche track. And with him out front right now, this is going to be interesting. Speaking of Porsches, a bunch of them right there in line astern as they work up into this tight right-hander that leads onto that long run down by the marina, and a very high-speed King.
Now we're on board here. We're on board with Jack Baldwin to the right. See him coming through the section 4 and 5. Really tight here. Oh, a great move by Jack. Look how many positions he got. That was like 3 or 4 in one move. Brilliant stuff. That was some serious Hot Wheels maneuvering right there. But we have a full course caution, and it is exactly because of the 2 cars that were stalled in the front straight. Lights out on the pace car. The Jetta will be heading down into pit lane, and Lawson Aschenbach in that Privacy Star N-Trust True Speed Porsche will bring him to the line. And he brings him out dead center of the track once again. Everybody queuing up behind and watching for the green. We had a couple of late greens yesterday. Let's see what they do this time. Everybody funneling out. Some of the guys carrying a good head of steam up here. And the green flies. And a big move there. That is the GoPro Ferrari of Dave Welch. Tried to make something happen. Didn't quite get there. And Aschenbach able to lead it down into turn 1. Then the Volvo, then the 2 Cadillacs, and a little bit busier back in GTS, Cal. Yeah, it certainly is. You can see the real-time Acura is currently running 1-2. Justin Bell has been shuffled back a little bit after that problem on the initial start, so he's got some work to do. On board with Nick Hassan, watching Jason Von Kluge go knifing through in that Steeda Motorsports machine. I'll tell you, when that green flag flies, Jason Kluge is a street fighter. He absolutely loves it. And you can see round 1 pole sitter Andy Lee and the Best IT Camaro back there as well. Cut his teeth in the VW Jetta TDI Diesel Championship is where he showed people what he's all about, and has been very quick from the get-go. And I'll tell you right now, that V6 Acura this year in a V8 sandwich. Yeah. Oh, Gallardi's been turned around. That's turn 4 and 5. We saw it with Dino Crescentini in the first race. It's a really tight spot on the racetrack if cars try to go through there side by side. And here we go, touring cars. It is on once again. Cooper hanging on to it, but huge pressure, Cal. Yeah, he is. This time it's Anthony Rapone who's really putting the pressure on. Remember, he had a great run here yesterday, finishing 3rd. So we expected Tristan Herbert from the pole to be the fact here, but right now Cooper's out in front. Oh, Trump's here, Shea Holbrook. And that's Greg Schaefer in the Nissan. 2 different classes trying to mix it together down into turn 1. Oh, Shea just dived to the inside there. I don't know whether she missed a downshift or whatever, but just way late and basically just T-bones Greg right in the apex of the corner. That was a solid hit, and that he just ripped that right front corner right off his car. Watch from look at that hit. So, obviously, with that damage, we are now under a full course caution here on the streets of St. Pete. Coming up for another green here at the Acura Sports Car Challenge presented by Pirelli. Lawson Aschenbach overall bringing them up. And, boy, once again, you saw Dave Welch fainting to the inside, and the officials do not like that. Meanwhile, to the outside. He's had a brilliant restart here, looking to the outside of Pilgrim.
James Safronis, you talked about his great record here, but I'll tell you what, his ability on restarts to go is just spectacular. And Steve Ott going right with him in that Racing for Our Heroes Loctite car. Got a good run. Does he have enough to get down the inside? No. Safronis down the center of the track and is going to be able to hold him off. Great restarts once again. Look at this battle in GTS. Cunningham leads it, but look who's coming on again. On the brakes down into 4. That was really, really late. You could see the car weaving around, using everything up there. Justin now up to 2nd. And the only guy he had to beat yesterday at this stage was the same guy in front of him now, P.D. Cunningham. I believe that was definitive threshold braking. When that car's dancing like that, you are on the limit. And Andy Lee all over the back right now as we're on board with him in that Best IT Camaro. Pole sitter in round 1, all over the back of Jason Von Kluge in that Steeda Autosports Mustang right in front. good stuff. Acuras, Camaros, Mustangs, Porsches in this category. Only in its third year, and it has arguably become, I think, Cal, one of the most popular classes in the championship.
It really has. And that Tiger Racing Mustang, it was so strong last year, winning the championship with Paul Brown. They picked up where they left off with a very strong race car. So JB looking for win number 2.
Meanwhile, watching Lawson Aschenbach as he now is starting to draw away just a little bit, and now in GTS. Look at Petey Cunningham back into that car, skating around as he is feeling the pressure from Justin Bell in that eBay Motors Paul Brown Racing Mustang. Boy, I'll tell you what, this has been fierce stuff as we head into the final few laps of this one, Cal.
Yeah, Petey doesn't want to let another win get away. He was so close to it yesterday. JP put a great move on him, and right now he's right on his tail down this long front straightaway. V6 power versus V8 in the Mustang. Let's see how they stack up.
Yep, when they went to the V6, they had to carry an extra 150 pounds, but Petey said it balances out. It just gives him a little more grunt. Justin looks to the inside, coming from a long way back. No, Petey starts to shut the door. Justin stays on it, and Cal, is he there? He got it done.
How did he make that stick? You get to the outside. We saw Sofronis there lose some grip at one of the restarts. It must be. There's no grip on the outside of that corner. Petey couldn't get the power down.
And also 2 consummate professionals who knew that when it was done, and not to fight it in wreck. That was some impressive stuff. And boy, you could see the pace of Lawson Aschenbach. Once we had this long green flag segment, he is flying, coming up on the back of this top 5 battle, certainly in the GTS category.
He is really hooked up, but you don't want to put your nose in there because there is not a lot of room. And when the driver's already got his eyesight looking through to that apex, he's not going to be in the mirrors.
So he waits, then starts to thread his way through, now dives down the inside of Andy Lee, heading in to that very tricky turn 10. Andy sees him, gives him a little tail waggle as they come out.
Lawson's just got a great rhythm going. The car has been hooked up all weekend long, but right now he's got the gap, he's picking his points, just hitting his marks.
And the nice thing is he's got margin back to second and third, so he doesn't have to overrush things.
He doesn't, but look at this. On board with Lawson, look to the left. There's the difference in speed between a GT car and a GTS machine. Not much different.
White flag is out. We're on our final lap, and Justin's got that hood pin. Looks as though it's come loose. Maybe just a little tink of something there has loosened it up. So there's your GT leader. Right behind him, your GTS leader at this point with Cunningham in second. And PD has got to be fuming.
He has. He's going to be putting the pressure on because on this second half of the racetrack, this is where the Acura is really good. It's still quick and nimble through these twisty bits. He should be a bit more effective than JB through this section.
So there's a shot. He's just got to find a spot he can throw it down the inside, huh?
That's right, but it's getting really close, and Justin Bell got a lot of confidence from that win here yesterday. He realized he's just hit his marks. He's got the power down the straightaway, or equal to the Acura. So here he comes, off of turn 9, looking really strong. Aschenbach out front through the kink.
Making his moves through traffic. There you see Bell behind him. Down into this turn for the last time. Gives himself plenty of breathing room. He's got the margin coming up on one of last year's superstars in the touring car division, Aaron Povoledo, able to put together a deal after the Volvo program went away in touring car. And Aschenbach tight up underneath the rear deck onto the front straight, and Lawson Aschenbach is coming up. They're looking for the checker. Here he comes, and he is going to get it this time. We'll hope it sticks for him without any worries of any issues. And he's put it together. And look at the crew. They are loving this moment. That is one of the hardest and best working crews in the business. And Justin Bell going crazy inside the car, sweeping the weekend. And again, a last-second deal. He said, I'd much rather have Paul in the car. It was his championship to defend. But since we had the deal already in place with eBay Motors, great to have Bell be able to come in and then do this. And Cooper has some breathing room between he and the rest of the pursuers in touring car. Looks like he might sweep it as well. Yeah,
what a great start to his challenge for the championship. 2 wins here. If he can just complete these last few corners, a brilliant performance by he and the AMG group.
Through 12, into that braking zone, the Motul braking zone that we've been talking about. No worries this time, no traffic. Roll onto the throttle, coming out in their debut in this championship, AMG with Mazda Speed and the Mazda 3 and last year's Playboy MX-5 Cup champ bring home a double sweep of the weekend as well. All right, here we go.
Tatovic, he is pumped.
Absolutely, and now as you can see, we have our winner out of the car. He is ready to have a chat with Jim Martin, and what a remarkable weekend.
Congratulations, Lawson, a great win.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a redemption from yesterday.
feel bad for everybody at True Speed Motor Cars and our sponsors from yesterday. It was a bit unfortunate, but you know, that's what happens sometimes. The rule's a rule. I respect the series for obviously doing what they had to do. Totally understandable. But today, this was about us. You know, this Privacy Star Entrust Porsche GT3 was just fast. I mean, there was. I don't think anybody had anything for us today, but you know, again, I can't thank everybody at True Speed. Definitely our sponsors. I'm very happy right now.
The next round coming up, Long Beach, California, the legendary Roar by the Shore. Join us then, won't you?